So the cool light switches for Steve's office. The lights are automatic. We've got the carpet, the paint. We've got the workstations right out here for the consultants. These are only going to be about 25 inches, so the whole area is about 72 inches. So it's going to give about 15 inches of clearance, which is about 4 feet. These are going to get pushed up against the wall. Here's the server room. Here's the recruiting office. You can see the carpets in here, the paint, the door handles are on. We're going to get keys for all of these, and you can just see how big the room is. Okay, here's the other touchdown area. Right in here, we're going to try to use the rounded tables and a couple of rectangular tables for here. And you can see the space that these cubes are going to be pushed back into against the walls, probably about 2.5 feet. Now I got the kitchen. This is just pretty much brand new. No plumbing yet. Fridge is going to be delivered on the 29th. And we just have some ceiling tiles to go in, but other than that, the kitchen is ready to go. We have the small conference room, and just everybody's painting, so we've got the outlets on the floor, and you just can see how big it is with the 2 closets. And just for Jen's curiosity, I'll show you how deep they are. You can see with the carpet, they're probably about 5 or 6 feet long by about 3 foot deep, and pretty high too. Got a little shelf in here as well, and then there's another one right over there. So that's the conference room. You can see the carpets in. We've got the funky lights as well, and there we go. So kitchen. Now you can see the cubes are up. That's a big change from last week. This is the printer and fax cube. It's going to actually get moved over to the wall, and I shortened it a bit so we didn't end up with too much overlap in the hallway. Wiring, everything should be done today. And so now we'll go over to the interview room. This is the last room. I don't think the light switches are working yet. Lights aren't in, so now we go into Miriam's office with the electrical lights. You can see you got your carpet in there. Everything's freshly painted. And we'll just go over one cube. There's your brick wall. And you can see it's pretty quiet. You got a nice little echo in here. Okay, so that's Miriam's office. Here's Jen's office. They're doing a little work in here, so I just got to stay out of it. But again, these are all 9x9, and carpeting throughout. Here's my office. Carpeting is done. Painting is done. Doors are in. Locks will be issued today. So, and then here's Adam's office. You can see the carpeting's in. We got the heat, the electrical, and all that stuff. So, just to give you an idea how big the offices are. This is the one that nobody was really working in. So, painting's done. Really high ceilings. And then you look out and you can see the cubes. A bird's eye view of the cubes. This is the tentative cube that we've got here that we've spun around. See the columns they've repainted to be a darker red. And then here is, I think it's Eric's cube, Danielle's cube, and then the printer and fax cube right next to the kitchen. And again, these are going to be moved over about 2.5 feet into the wall and going back against the outside wall. These cubes are all 6x6. I've measured them, so it's exactly what we were talking about. And the lighting's not on yet, so it's still a little dark. So just give you an idea of what some of the cube space looks like. Still working on these, so we'll go over to another section. But you can see how wide the hallway is actually going to be. We've got between the column and the panel. Now here's the actually here's just a view before the panels are in. I'm going to put some panels in here, 42-inch panel to seal off the cube area, and then the same thing here. You can see these cubes are getting built, and they're getting ready to put the panels on. Let's see if this side is done. Alright, I'm going to go in over here because nobody's working over here. So here's the size of one of the cube areas. This is the cube area as you first come in. So this is the 6x6. I think this is Mike Ice's cube, or Todd's, with the room. So now you can see that because these are the ones near the windows, they have this big area back here too as well. So let's see if we can get one so you can really get a good idea of the size of the cube. Here is Drew's cube right at the entranceway, and you can see it's 6x6. These are all getting wired and phoned today, so they'll all be done. Here's cube 2, I believe. I think this is Valerie's cube, and these are going to be the size of the cubes. Okay, and then we're just going to go right down the area and add a 42-inch panel. But you can see how actually wide it is. It's got to be, I think it's at least 48 inches, which is 4 feet, between the column and the cube. So there's plenty of room for us to walk through. No problem here for me. And then the other concern was between this column and the wall, but now there's plenty of space here. I would say it's probably about 3 feet at least to walk through to your cubes. And here's the conference room. It's going to end the tour. Just wrapping things up. See, things are painted and treated and ready to go. And they're working on the lobby area now just to lay the carpet, and that's going to be done this afternoon. So that is the end of the tour. Here's the reception area, just to give you an idea of how much space is actually here. We had some questions about that. I would say it's probably about, 10 by 8, so 80 square feet of space. So we could probably put a table and a chair over here if we wanted to, or a printer or something here. So, and then as you come in, it's going to walk right down to the offices. That's it. Thanks for your time.